Welcome to the real episode 17. I'm not making corrections to the previous one. Because it will take a bit of an effort I don't want to make. Secondly, I also want to drive a point that we have become too accustomed to errorless, blemishless presentations, which are always going to be larger than life, because life will always be full of errors and a few mistakes. So perfection is a false notion, and we have been, I believe, whipping ourselves to achieve it, even though it is the most elusive, least defined pursuit of ours. One thing is guaranteed: if we follow any form of perfection, it will keep us totally dissatisfied and miles away from contentment. Instead, let us follow the path of excellence. What is excellence? To excel in one's life without a comparative image or a yardstick. That would be excellence. No two human lives are the same. No two human body is made the same. No two human minds work in the same manner. The patterns are similar, they can be defined and understood, but they will always have their own uniqueness, their own special flavor or fragrance to add. Because in nature, every creation is custom built. There is no factory setting, there is no production line, there is no standardization. The broad parameters, the broad design is standardized, but the rest of it is totally customized. With that, let us put a full stop to the Jnana sessions, the knowledge download for a bit. Enough of Vedic science for now. Let us now focus on some more useful and practical information which may be of direct concern and utility to us. Whatever age you may be in, whatever stage of life you may be in, whatever state of health or ill health you may be in, there is always a way forward. There are means and methods that you can follow and pursue and get onto the path of excellence. And in that, your physical reality, your body, is a very important, very vital part of it. It is unfortunate that we are in a culture where the perfect ones lead the way forward. We have always been taught to look up to perfect examples, ideals, and try to emulate them, follow them. But in my case, for sure, it has never worked. Instead, I would very often be more curious about somebody who's more like me, somebody who's struggling as much as I am. And I would try and draw more inspiration from them. The perfect ones, the picture perfect ones, made me feel inadequate, small, insufficient, imperfect, everything negative. With so much negative against myself, my self-image also became very negativated. So I never got around to pursuing things that I wanted to. And I wondered, what am I supposed to do? Wait for a life, rebirth, when everything is going to be perfect, and then I will pursue all these things. And what if that time, in that life, I did not have any of these wishes? Then what? Apparently, others are not even as verbose about such limitations as I am. So I have always taken this liberty in my public speeches of making the assumption that I am talking to people in front of me who are all me. So I have always had Sundars sitting in front of me, for I am not a yogi, And in Tamil, I could be called Ayogi, if at all. Ayogyan. I'm not a Yogyan, but an Ayogyan. But I don't care. I don't care because I have realized what pursuing excellence is. Remember that story when Gautam Buddha showed the group of meditators a single flower in answer to the question of what is enlightenment? The day you realize that no matter where you are, what kind of a soil you are in, what kind of a seed gave you birth, what your breed may be, you have the freedom to blossom fully to whatever extent you can. That is what your life's purpose can be. There is no other. The millions of flowers that blossom in the Valley of Flowers do so when there is nobody to see them blossom. And they don't seem to care. No two flowers are the same. No two flowers of the same breed blossom in the same manner, unless of course they are genetically modified. I am not genetically modified. So to have an ideal and then try to match up and catch up, it's an impossibility. You're not made to do that. But not our fault, not my fault. I've been put into this race. I have run this race enough number of years. So have you. But you can get off it and pursue the path of excellence whenever you choose to. That much freedom the universe has granted to you. You were born, you were created because the universe thought you were worth it. So let nobody make you believe otherwise. We may have missed out on a utopian lifestyle where we were taught all the 4 paths of yoga when the time was ripe. But honestly, nobody got it perfect. Nobody has ever got it perfect, and it is never too late. So let us start with the most fundamental understanding of human anatomy. No, this is not a biology class. I'm not going to go into knowledge download on human anatomy. I am only going to introduce to you the most bombastic discoveries of mine. So which is the most important part of your body? Is it the brain? Is it the heart? Is it the liver? Is it the kidney? Is it the stomach? The intestines? Your genitals? The thyroid glands? Adrenaline? What? Which is the most important part of your body? Most important. I am not saying these parts that I mentioned just now are not important. But the beauty is, even if they shrunk down to a bare minimum, your body would still be capable of living, surviving, and subsisting. And such an important aspect of your physiology has never been in focus. I mean, I've studied biology till class 10. Never did I imagine that this one part of my body is actually my body. Yeah. I mean, if this is all I had with a bit of something else attached and added to it, it is enough for a life on this planet. Science seems to have, either they haven't discovered it yet. Yeah, I mean, science, the way we know it, is only 700 years old or so. And 700 years is nothing. So science, either they haven't understood it, or if I'm a conspiracy theorist, I would say intentionally it has been kept away from you. Because if you learned this, maybe life can change, maybe life would have changed completely, and you would not be available to be subservient and to be controlled, enslaved. I could go on with that also. But for now, let us keep it simple and straightforward. A part of your body, which is the main part of your body, rendered as just a mere part of your skeletal system is this fantastic phenomenon called spine. Oh yeah, it is bombastic. Your first reptilian ancestor is only spine, no skeleton. The snake, the serpent. And it is not out of fear or some vague imagination that the yogis from the Vedic traditions have made the serpent their main deity, their inspiration. It is not by accident that Kundalini is visualized as the serpent resting in 3.5 coils in the root chakra. And when she rises through the central column of your spine and reaches the peak, nirvana is guaranteed. It is not by accident. It is in many ways your truth. Your physical exhilaration, suffering, pain, degradation is fundamentally, primarily about your spine. If your hands and feet were to be cut off, you would not just be alive, you could be alive and kicking. As long as you do not have any problem with your spine. You have muscular hands and muscular arms and muscular thighs and muscular feet, but I break your spine, you are finished. If you still have a doubt, go check out online, search for Nick Oikek, Australian environmentalist. Go check it out. Nick Joykick, something like that. Yeah. Oikek. So Nick Oikek. That should be the correct pronunciation, I guess. A man without legs, without hands, has been living a fuller life than most people I know. Nothing has stopped him. He even takes a swim. No hands, no feet, okay? Go check him out. You will have no doubt that your spine is you. So you are your spine, not your hands, not your brain, not your heart. None of it. They're all supporting role. Main role, main hero, main heroine is your spine. So along the spine, right from the top of your head till the tailbone, how many joints are there? This is a quiz question. Try and answer it. I'll give you a minute. How many joints do you think there are between the peak of your head and your tailbone? I've asked this question to many people, and usually the answers I get are incorrect. So if your answer is 0, you're correct. Huh? Yeah. Along the spine there are no joints. There are joints first in the shoulder, then in the elbow, and then multiple joints, wrist and fingers. But all these joints, mind you, all these joints move only in a particular direction. Then, till your tailbone, there is nothing. The next joint you get is in your on your hips. The hip joint, knees, again there is bend only in a particular way, only in a particular direction. And then the ankles and then the big toes. Period. These are the only joints you have in your body. Your spine has not a single joint. And yet, you and I have been using our spine as if it is made of joints. Yes or no? That much educated we are. After spending 12 years in school and 4+ years in higher studies, this is all we know. So simple rule, take care of your spine. That will take care of your physiology. Simple. Very strange. All your endocrine glands are attached to your spine. And yet when I other day said 35 million nadis, it didn't ring any bell. It made no sense. You have no visual. The moment I said your heart is not pumping enough blood, you will be worried. Your liver is not functioning at its fullest, you will be worried. Your kidney, oh my God, it is only working at 40% of its efficiency. You will be scared. Your stomach lining, it has patches, ulcers. Oh my goodness. But your spine, it is true. 35 million nadis or nerves all connected to your spine, because that is your central nervous system through which your body, your brain, all parts communicate, complement, support each other. Everything is happening through your spine. And yet, it is not the focal point of your anatomy in your self-concept or self-image. That is yoga. The more and more you're able to understand your spine, focus on your spine, not spleen, not pancreas, not colon. Not that they are not important. They stop their function, life will be hell. But they will function beautifully, sweetly, when your central nervous system, the spinal column, is in good shape, is in good health. So most of yoga is focusing on the spine. It is brilliant, it is bombastic. So when you place your dhyana, focus, attention, onto your feet when you're walking or standing, your head will automatically straighten up and be firmly placed over your shoulders. So in analogy, it is like 3 pots of different sizes, placed one on top of another and joined by a cord or a wire. I saw this somewhere on YouTube. I can't figure where that video is anymore. If I find it, I'll post it. Maybe it will be useful. So your head is one pot, your midriff is another pot. I mean the entire body from the shoulders till the hips, that's another pot. And the lower part of the body is one more pot, below the hips. So if you displace one of the pots, somehow twist it, turn it, not keep it straight, it is right away going to put a lot of unnecessary damaging pressure on the cord, on the wire that is connecting the 3 pots. And the 3 pots are connected such that if one is displaced, the other 2 have to be displaced in order to keep the balance. So if your head is down, the other 2 pots will have to readjust themselves, twist themselves in a way, readjust themselves in a way that the balance is established. And this ends up twisting your back, twisting your spine, the connecting cord, the wire, in a very, very dangerous way. And we've been inadvertently, in our ignorance, straining this cord right through. So head placed firmly on top of your shoulders, automatically align the 3 pots, and you will have an erect spine, not straight. Your spine is not straight. It can be erect. It is curvilinear. So erect spine, so that the central column nervous system can communicate through and through the body without any stress or strain. Pranayama is a direct method of cleansing the central nervous system. It balances the 2 nervous systems, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, so that the central nervous system can be cleansed. In yogic terms, Ida and Pingala, when they are balanced, then Sushumna. Now Sushumna is the Saraswati, river Saraswati, the Gupta river, the secret river, Saraswati. And it is Saraswati who is supplying nectar, amrita, to all the parts of the body, nourishing them, keeping them alive and in full vitality. Pranayamam is a direct, straight of cleansing the central nervous system. I could go on talking about the serpent, the spine, but just to introduce this for now, whatever you do, spend a few minutes meditating, connecting with your spine any which way you can. You could sit down quietly in whatever asana you like to sit in. Keep your head firmly on top of your shoulders. Close your eyes and imagine, visualize, there's a stream of light, a tube light, entering from the peak of your head, the top of your head, and traveling along your spine and ending at your tailbone. And visually, just try and keep this tube light straight. You don't need to strain yourself. Simply keep the tube light straight. And you will find that you are automatically sitting with the spine as erect as it can get at this point, without any effort. Your shoulders will drop and relax. Your hands will drop and relax. Sit in this posture for a while and be with your spine. In the subsequent episodes, I will lead you into a hybrid variety of yogic practices which will ease you into most aspects of health. And maybe we will work on a combination of the 4 yoga so that we could practice it in today's time, irrespective of whatever age, physical shape or state of affairs may be. Step 1, slow down. Step 2, focus on your feet. Step 3, engage in forming a connection with your spine.